Welcome, my friend, to an experiment, the Battle of the Keyboards. Today, we'll be playing a couple of keyboards. We'll be taking a look at the DGX 670 and the PSR SX-920. I am going to play these keyboards blind, which means you wouldn't know which keyboard is playing, but I want you to listen close to each keyboard, and at the end, I want you to deduce which keyboard you think is the $2,000 keyboard and which keyboard you think is the $800 keyboard. So let's jump in and start the experiment. Now, in all fairness, there has been an adjustment using the functionality on the DGX 670 to help its bottom and higher sounds. This was to show that perception is often adjusted as a result of clarity of sound, loudness of sound, mid range being audible, lower end having enough bass and substance. Some of you might have changed your perception as a result of that or not, maybe even in the reverse, but it'll be interesting to hear what you have to share. I'm going to roll the entire video clip so that you can see how it all unfolded from the beginning. And there's also another experiment, this time directly from the speakers. I've noticed that the quality of the speakers on the PSR SX-920 is phenomenally better. It is a lot clearer and presents the music in a different way than the DGX 670 speakers, which, to be honest, sometimes sound rather flat. So let's roll the entire tape and I'll allow you make your own conclusions. Hello friends, it's your buddy Phil here, and we're about to conduct a test on two keyboards. One is the PSR SX-920 and the other is the DGX 670. And I am going to play an introduction, same style, same genre, and I'm going to ask you which one do you think is the DGX 670 versus which one you think is the PSR SX-920. And for this experiment, I am going to shut the camera, but I will play the intro and you can deduce. And I'm going to do this as opposed to using directly into the camera. I'm just going to use this as is, so it's not directly into the camera. All right, so let's go ahead and play the very first keyboard. You tell me which one you think it is at the end of the intro and the ending. Here we go. Well, that was the first keyboard, and that was the modern big band. I'm going to play a similar intro on a different keyboard, and I want you to keep in mind the first one and compare that to the second, and you tell me which one you think is which. Here we go. Well, you've heard both introductions and endings. The very first keyboards that you heard was actually the DGX 670. And the second keyboard that you heard was the PSR SX-920. Now, let's listen one more time to that introduction. Here we go, and you can see it. Not so quick. Here we go. Let's play it on a different key for context, on the key of D. And the ending. And let's come over here to the DGX 670 and do exactly the same thing. Here we go on the key of D minor. And the ending. So when you compare both, there's a little embellishment that I hear with a flute added on one of them. I'm not sure whether you heard it, but there's a little bit of embellishment. And that is our very first comparison. Now, let's go ahead and compare a few other things, such as the CFX grand pianos, okay? So now we're going to play a couple of the pianos, and I'll let you listen. All right, just a little bit of vanilla flavored piano. Here we go. All right, now let's go over to the PSR SX-920 and let's just play a little bit of piano on this. Again, both, there's no pedal on this one either. Here we go. So you decide if the difference is that monumental or not between the PSR SX and the DGX. Let's do one more experiment. I'm going to play another rhythm, and this time I'll go directly into the camera and you can decide which one is which one is best. Here we go. Alright, so I'm going to play you the Bossa Nova introduction. I'm going to ensure that it goes directly into the camera so that what you hear is exactly what you hear, and afterwards I'll do the same for the DGX 670. So here goes the intro to Bossa Nova on the PSR SX-920. Alright, now let's listen to the same intro on the DGX 670. Well, there you had it, my friends. Another genre for you to compare and contrast. You let me know what you think. Proof of the pudding is in the eating. Now you've been able to eat that sound. Let me know what you think. Which one do you think is the best value for money? $849 for the DGX 670? Or is it the SX-920, the PSR SX-920, and the price tag on this is $2,299? Which one do you think is best value for money, and which one do you think actually sounds better? Do you think the sound difference is that remarkable for this to be almost 3 times the price of that? And also, I want you to pay close attention to the fact that this has got 88 weighted keys. This has got Bluetooth. This has got USB audio out, by the way. This does not have USB audio out. And this is obviously not weighted keys. Let me know what you think. See you in the next episode.